Hello and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News channel. So, SBF has gotten some prison advice from Mark Shkreli, and this is from Coin Telegraph. Shkreli, if you guys don't know, is the infamous hedge fund manager, and he was made famous or infamous by giving the anti-parasitic drug Daraprim, which actually raised the price from $13.50 to $750 per pill in 2017. That's not what he got accused for. He was actually guilty of securities fraud, and he was sentenced to several years in federal prison and $7.4 million in fines. He got out early after 5 of 7 years. And he actually gave, and he only got out in May of this year. He gave SBF some pretty good advice about prison because SBF is going to prison. So he basically says he needs to shave his head and basically rebrand himself to fit in and make friends because, I guess vegans with fros aren't really that popular in prison. And bad things can happen to you if you don't have friends in prison. Because SBF himself isn't exactly going to fit in. That's right. Prison is an extremely testosterone-filled place, and a rich boy from Stanford may find himself, or MIT, may not find himself fitting in so well. Although it should be noted that when Bernie Madoff went to prison, he got kind of like a rock star status because people asked him for financial advice, which I find funny because he defrauded so many people. So basically, FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried, he's been given some free advice on surviving federal prison by the guy known as Pharma Bro, because his scandal was in the pharmaceutical industry, obviously. So essentially, he basically said on an interview with Laura Shen that he needed to rebrand himself to go to jail because being a really rich kid from California, I guess that's a vegan, isn't very popular in jail. So he's not going to be exactly the type of person to fit in, and his type of sensibility doesn't really go well over there. Despite SBF thinking that he's actually smart and a genius, he's about as dumb as rocks when it comes to real life. Basically, this guy is saying he doesn't know anything about the streets and criminal culture because he's never been in the streets and he's not part of criminal culture, and he should pick those things up as quickly as possible. And he's like, this might actually sound funny, but it could actually save your life. He said he needs to shave his head, deepen his voice, and he needs to make friends fast and embed himself in the culture of the prison system. And he can't say he's from Stanford University. So this high class up living where you're not responsible for anything you do is not going to work well in prison because those guys are going to have it in for you. That's right. Not very popular in prison. Another person just basically says, you should jump bail and run, and they can only hang you once. And he says, it's better to lose $250 million and gain your freedom than to spend 2 decades or more in prison. I'll give you the same advice my criminal lawyer gave me. They can only hang you once. Not really sure if it worked out for that guy, because if he tries to jump bail and run, when they sentence him, it's going to be a lot higher sentence. And since he's wearing an ankle tracer, he ain't going anywhere, and he's not going to be able to jump bail. So that's actually what we have for right now. Sam needs to learn street culture, people. He needs to learn rap, and he actually needs to shave his head and deepen his voice. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. Do you think this advice is good for Sam? Let me know what you think. And I will see you guys later.